All right, welcome to, it is another home video studio video Monday. And we always do this, but today, we have Barry Shago from Columbus with us today. Hey, Barry, how are you doing? So I think all the owners are with us, not all the owners, but we have Barry, a lot of our studio owners with us. We do these Monday calls every Monday. I still call them phone calls, only they're now video conferences. And so we're doing basic training, and Barry is here with us this week, and John Montgomery's coming in on Wednesday night. And we used to always go to Bucas for the basic training dinner, and for the last couple of years, we've been going to Charleston's now. So we'll be at Charleston's Wednesday night, and then John will be doing his training on Adobe Premiere Pro and Photoshop, I think, on Friday and Thursday and Friday. So, we're always excited to have new owners, and we appreciate the time you take to be on today, because we're not really covering any new ground on marketing or sales or advertising. But we're welcoming a new studio owner into the family, and starting that camaraderie that we love to have in home video studio. So Barry, why don't you just maybe introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are and where you came from.
Great. Yeah, I think I met most of you in Florida when I came down for the getaway, which was fantastic. And seeing kind of the camaraderie of the group and how you guys help each other out was a big factor in my decision to, kind of pull the trigger and start this business. I started looking at home video studio way back in, Robert looked up in the files, I think it was 2007. I was looking at that. I have spent my entire career in marketing, advertising, and media. So I started out with an agency in Columbus. Then I moved on. I worked 19 years for the Columbus Dispatch. Kind of ran the sales operation there for the advertising sales at the newspaper. And when I left the newspaper was when I first started looking at this, because I've always done this as a hobby. I've done videos for years, back to, I think I probably told some of you, I think my grandparents at an anniversary party, I ran a 2 carousel slide, basically a video keepsake with 2 slide carousels and a boombox. So that's kind of what got me into that. I've always kind of fiddled with computers and doing the video editing and things like that, and hoping I can make a career out of it and make a living out of it as we go through. And I think I will be be able to with home video studio.
And you're coming to advanced training in let me see, September 24th.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So, well, thanks for sharing. And if you want to add anything to that, just pop in. But let's start with let's start with our studio owner of the year. Kelly is working on a project. So, well, Kelly, you're there. You are. Can we start with you? Kelly Grotte, our studio owner of the year this year, and then we'll go to Jason Levy, our rookie of the year. So Kelly, maybe introduce yourself again and welcome Barry.
My name is Kelly Grotte. I'm from Elk River, Minnesota. Welcome, Barry, to our family. Been doing this, I think this is my 11th year or 12th year. I'm losing track here. What is my specialty? Well, my bread and butter is transferring any kind of media, and they pay me, I probably will do it. Unless there's some things that I won't do because it just doesn't, pay to do it. But I mean, pretty much everything we do. I don't do a lot of videography for other people. I do some, but I don't do a ton of it. I find that it's not cost effective a lot. It's a lot of time consuming, and it's a lot of editing. I do a little bit here and there, but not a lot.
Good. Thank you, Kelly. And let's go to Jason.
Hey, I think we met over in Clearwater. So I don't know what else there is to say. I mean, let's see, I was in advertising and marketing for a dozen years. Then I was a social studies teacher for 17 years. Made the mistake going back to my college radio station's 60th anniversary. I was student program director overseeing the 30th anniversary, and decided I wanted to get back into media, and came across Robert's ad on Facebook, and here I am. I'm not teaching anymore. I'm doing this now. Back in media.
Let's go to Jerry Alldredge to block.
Oh, unmute me. Hello and welcome, Barry. Yes, I believe we crossed paths there at the old getaway. I'm hanging out here in Ellensburg, Washington, the exact center of the Evergreen State, about 100 miles east of Seattle. Been doing this for 10 years. Like Mr. Levy before me, I am a former educator. I spent 36 years as an elementary school librarian. I found that I don't miss the classroom. It was great while it lasted, but I am not missing it. I thought I would miss that sense of satisfaction of knowing that you were really serving and doing something amazing and wonderful and impacting the lives of children and things like that. And I found that in this business, I'm having a huge impact on the lives of people too, by preserving their memories. I had no idea how big an impact that would be for people and what that would be. But I find that I am serving and ministering to people just as much through this as I was as a teacher. So it's been a good thing. Like most everybody else, my bread and butter is transfers of just about everything. I find that I do probably do a lot more production than a lot of the other owners, just because of kind of my location. We're more rural and remote, and there's just nobody else anywhere close to me doing this kind of stuff. So if somebody wants production, I'm pretty much one of the only guys in, I don't know how far, 100-mile radius, maybe 50-mile radius that's doing this. So I get a lot of calls for production stuff. So I do that. So anyway, it's a great business, a great place to be, and welcome.
So let's go to Art Zepeda, former studio owner of the year.
Yeah, I used to be in education. I used to try and teach grown men to not come back to this place that I used to work at, but it never worked. So I was horrible at it. I worked 22 years in a California state prison. During that time, I saw an ad in a Video Maker magazine, and the rest is history, right?
Welcome aboard again. And we actually sat in a class with Daniel at Clearwater, which was very informative. And my husband, Gary, and I, well, I've been doing this. I think this is going on my 3rd year. And Gary's been a school teacher for a while, and he just quit that last year. Now he's on board to help me, but he's not here right now. We do pretty much transfers. We don't do any real video production unless it's stuff that people already have that we get to do cool things with. And I really enjoy this business because like Jerry, we get to do something that not a lot of people can do. And it really is, brings a huge blessing to those people who've lost loved ones, who are trying to commemorate an event, or just, you know, do something special for someone, or just watch their life from 30, 40, 50 years ago. So it's a lot of fun and it's very rewarding.
I started my career in video production in college. I got a radio, TV, film production degree, and I've just been fortunate my entire career to be able to work in video production and radio. I'm more heavy on the video production side. I used to produce local programming for a cable company, and then had wonderful jobs doing video production. But like Art, I saw that ad in Video Maker years ago, and I thought, wow, that'd be really cool. So at times I actually saved that ad. And then when my husband and I were making a move to Florida, I thought it was a good time to give Robert a call and check into it. And as Robert knows, it took forever to get, we had to get a house, we had to get moved. I had to, you know, get everything set up. So I really started officially right before COVID. And so it's been an interesting journey. I love it. Like Loretta and I have talked about this. We just love the relationships with some of the clients. And I love doing anything that's needed to help people out, whether it is video production or the transfers. I do enjoy photo restoration and pretty much all of it. It's just awesome. And to me, one of the biggest blessings is just this group and the relationships and the support. I can call on any of these people here, and they're so nice and kind to help me through any issue I might have. So it's pretty awesome. Again, welcome aboard.
Let's go to Wendell. Wendell Timothy, one of our newest owners. Let's try Wendell.
Hello there, and welcome to Home Video Studio. It's great to have another studio owner on board. So I'm not the newest any longer. My experience has been, I've been in sales with one company for 24 years. And unfortunately, I got let go due to corporate restructure. And I got all despondent, and I was just down on my luck. And then I saw a Facebook ad from Robert, and he turned my life around. And so here I am today. But I've always had a passion for videography, for video editing, video production, but never had any real experience with video transfers. And now I have that. And I'm really excited about being part of this wonderful experience, this wonderful company. And I've had a lot of great experiences with clients already that I've been very happy to get their precious memories saved. And my only regret is I wish I had done this sooner.
Yeah, in a former life, I was a family physician in Florida, did that for 30 years. And then I stopped practicing in 2017. And that's when I joined Home Video Studio in the fall. So I mainly do, like everyone else, mostly transfers. I do a lot of movie film. And I really like working on the keepsakes, whether it be for memorial videos or graduations or weddings and those kind of things. It's fun to put your skills to work that you're learning along the way for editing. I'll have to mirror everything that people have said. You know, it's a big family, so we do support each other. We get a lot of we do help people, you know. And I like to say in the past, I was helping try to preserve people so they lived longer, but now I preserve their memories and stuff. So I know, Barry, we had conversations at the getaway too, or at Getaway. So I'm looking forward to seeing you again in next month, I guess, September.
Well, my sordid story began January of 2005. A mutual friend of Robert and me, Al Stone, who has recently passed, but a good friend to Home Video Studio. I knew Al through mostly music, and he came to me one day and said it in his Al Stone voice, "Greg, my friend Robert Hanley needs someone to run his studio," and I told him, "You should do it." And so I called Robert and met him on a cold January morning at Einstein Bagels. And I think Robert said, "Can you be there at 7:30? I'm sure he was testing me. So I rolled in, and Robert looked me up and down. I remember I had a big long chain earring, and I guess Robert got through that all right. And and hired me after the third interview. The last interview was at Charleston's. I called him and I said, "Okay, Robert, we met twice. Are we ready to pull the trigger," or something like that? Robert said, "Well, can you meet me for lunch at Charleston's?" And I said, "Yes. Now, if all goes well, do I have the job?" And that must have impressed him as far as, finally going for that close. And he said, yes. So I was hired. I ran Robert's studio for a few years, learned the ropes, fell in love with everything. I'd learned it from the ground up. My first week as an employee was in basic training. That was the first thing I was ever exposed to, was basic training. My second week as an employee, I was in advanced training. So I was well trained before I ever hit the floor. I loved it. I loved it so much that I'd come over and work on Saturday. And about after a month, 6 weeks, one Friday afternoon, Robert said, Craig, Denise and I are kind of just don't want anybody over on Saturday tomorrow. So you probably don't remember that, do you, Robert? But anyway, all that to say, I fell in love with the business, with production, with just everything. The people, meeting people, learning how to sell, learning how to particularly sell what we have to offer, being of service. And to this day, which is, let's see, 15, I guess I've been doing this 16 years in one fashion or another. I still love it. And I say this a lot, but I really mean it. And that is the biggest thing I've learned, and that helps me every day in this fun business is nothing happens until a sale is made. And I guess that's what I like most about this business is the everyday freshness of meeting customers, determining their needs, meeting that need, and having them give me money. I really like that. So every day is just an adventure, as it should be. There's no need to be bored in this business because there's so much to do and so much money to make. So welcome aboard.
Thanks, Craig.
And Craig, I want to just point out two things. Craig is a professional jazz saxophonist, and you backed up some big names, I know that. But the other thing that I think is really remarkable about what you've done in your studio is you started out, and maybe you could speak to this a little bit, because you started out with just a desk in a music store. Can you tell us that story?
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. So, an opportunity arose for me to, after many different hats over, several years, to do my own studio. And I did, and it's a good story. I started out with a shirt and some business cards and a telephone and a cardboard desk at the back of the music store that my friend had in Main Street, Mansfield. Every year ever since, and I'm in my 6th year as a studio owner, it has been better than the one before, and not just barely, but by leaps and bounds. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I had an iPhone and my shirt with the logo on it, and some business cards, and my wits, and a very supportive wife. And that's what I started with, really.
And I came to see you at that desk. You remember that? Yeah.
But when you start at that level, you develop a lot of courage. Nothing scares you. If that's nothing scares me anymore. You can't be any more scary than that.
Yeah, that was remarkable. And now you have a studio store.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Craig Peterson. Let's go to Miguel Salas, Studio Owner of the Year last year. So hello, Miguel.
Hello, Robert. Hello, Barry. Nice to see you again. We did talk at the Getaway. Yeah. So welcome aboard. And I very similar story, Video Maker magazine, and I had the magazine and I just kind of had it folded over in the corner, and then I requested the packet, which was at that time, he sent a DVD and just some information. And I kind of sat on that for a while. And then one day I was like, when you get sick and tired and of being sick and tired, you just like, you know what, I'm just going to call him, So I called, and Robert answered the phone. And I remember looking at the Video Maker magazine. I'm like, that's the CEO. That's the guy. He answered the phone. So right away I was impressed. And I'll wrap it up, make it short. But yeah, it changed my life. Taught me how to be an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur, and it's gone. In August 8th was the beginning of my 13th year. So I'm very happy. It's like I'm here. And of course, many similar stories as far as, everybody, if you need any help with anything, everybody's here to help. You can call anybody anytime. And, it's family. So, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
That's great. I appreciate that, Miguel. Let's go to Debbie Williams. I see Debbie is on with us today.
I spent many years in corporate world, specifically the Cincinnati Enquirer, as an advertising graphic designer and manager. So, it just got to a point where I got sick and tired of the corporate atmosphere, right? So I left and decided to do my own thing, which I freelanced for a while, but I kept looking for business opportunities, and I kept finding home video studio, which was just a little out of my wheelhouse, but there was things in it that really interested me. Anyway, kind of like Miguel said, I kind of kept coming back to it and finally decided, okay, fine, I'm going to call. And I called, and here I am almost 10 years later. So it's been a good ride. You got to work hard. You gotta be deliberate, but I'm so glad that I did it. Really. I like being my own boss and being able to do my own thing. And if it doesn't work, it's on me. And if it works, it's on me. And that's okay. I'm all right with that. So good to have you here.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
And Debbie, you started out part-time out of your house as well.
I did. Yes.
How long have you been in the studio store now? How many years?
Well, I just signed another 5-year lease. So over 5 years. Yeah. About 5.5 years, maybe. Yeah.
That's amazing. Because it seems like just yesterday that I came to your grand opening.
I know. It was just yesterday.
Time flies.
It does.
Time flies. Now I see we have one of our newer owners on, and he's just on the phone. Let me see. Lee, I'm going to unmute you.
No. Hey, how you doing? I can't stay long because I'm at work. I just wanted to check in and say congratulations to Barry and welcome aboard, man. I hope everything works out great for you.
Thanks,
That's
Lee.
all. And hello to everybody else who's listening.
Thank you, Lee. Good to see you. Thank you. We appreciate that's dedication. Is there anybody else who has come on? Oh, yeah, Kyle Cooley. Kyle, hello there.
Hey, good morning, afternoon.
Hey, Kyle, how are you?
Good. I came in late too, but I kind of got the idea. I'm a fellow Buckeye, transplanted slightly north of the border now in Michigan. I've been on my 7th year. Like everybody else, I started 2004, and then 10 years later, all the planets aligned, and I signed up, and it's been good. I worked out of as Robert says, I was part-time as a teacher, and my whole plan was to taper out of teaching and transform into this, and it worked. I retired from teaching, and actually got a call on Friday to come back, and I had to respectfully decline to teach a few classes. So it's been good. I do mostly transfers, production only when somebody finds me and it sounds like something I want to do. Love the flexibility, love the team that these guys all provide, love the getaways, love the advanced training. It's all a wonderful package Robert's put together.
Thank you, Kyle. We appreciate you and everybody else. So Kyle's from Monroe, Michigan, and I feel like we're very, very blessed to have you here today with us.
Well, I'm glad to be part of the group. Like I said, that was probably the determining factor, and I'm glad I made the trip down to Clearwater. Just each and every one of you are willing to take some time, talk to me, and talk me through my questions and things like that. And if I get that kind of support moving forward, it's going to be hard not to do well with this. So I appreciate it.
So here's what we have coming up moving forward. This week is, of course, basic training. We have the advanced training starting on Friday. That is the 24th of September. Frank Romer's coming out, as most of you know. I'll run through the agenda real quick. I still haven't got the schedule out, but basically you all know it's Friday is video tech. That's really, really important for new owners and fills in the gaps from, I feel like, for veteran owners as well. And who wouldn't want to spend more time with Frank Romer? Frank will be doing a general session on what's new and in video and all that kind of stuff as well. And then Saturday and Sunday is Adobe Premiere Pro. Monday is all day, it looks like, Photoshop. And then Tuesday, Frank's last day, we're getting into Adobe Edition. He's going to do a general session at some point on DaVinci Resolve color correction, and he'll probably do something on Final Cut Pro. And we'll probably have those on the weekend. So if you're just coming in for the weekend and you want to know more about DaVinci Resolve for color correction or just a peek at Final Cut, they'll be talking about those things as well. And then on Wednesday will be all day marketing. We probably will end classes at 2 or 3 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon. But Daniel Ramos is going to be taking us through at least 1, maybe 2 classes on his modules. And these will be hands-on. And I think they become more and more important in our business. So, and we'll have our social events and of course, movie and pizza and a movie night. So, hey, we need to get some more of that those great videos made for movie night. So we're looking forward to seeing everybody here. And we're planning on doing a show and tell on Saturday for new owners at this event. So hopefully that will go great, and we'll get some new people in as well. So we really, that's really all I have to say today. Anything you want to add in?
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Did you bring a sack lunch? All right. Thanks, everybody. Any last parting thoughts from anybody? Parting thoughts. All right. We'll see you next week. And thanks for being on with us today. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye. Have fun.
Have a great week, everybody.
Adios, amigos.
Bye-bye.